Today is still May 23rd, 23. Believe it or not, still going on. The drug dealers, that retired judge, his little drug cartel, my ex-husband, that's it. They laugh, people laugh this up like a dog. Any kind of shit they throw at them. Oh, really? No, honey, they're lying to you. They're fooling you. It's a scam. It's like stop being stupid and stop falling for shit. Oh my God. We went, I went with my one client in a store, and we went to walk out, and one of those drug dealers were outside, yelled out, "Will's running around making fun of her." No, he's not. He's probably asked us in jail. We're going to put it that way. The agent over my case is probably in jail for badgering. That's why nobody's seen him since 19. There's actually laws he can't talk to me that way. He goes to jail for it. Then I let my phone play because I know that with the protected custody case, my car's fucked. And that retired judge, because Will was too busy to look into anything, that retired judge hacked into the protected custody case where only police and agents should see me, and sold it. So I played the videos of everything from what a retired sheriff said about retired Judge Pete, that he had to rape his kids to make him this evil. They have daddy issues. And that's where you come into classic sociopaths. They are made by their environment for them to find any of this funny. Because normal people, you just date somebody's husband, they get a divorce settlement, and over with. You don't kick in their door, by God's sake. You don't set up button cameras stalking the poor wife. You don't do fatal attraction shit. And then break in and then date, rape, drug somebody, beat them, and rape them, and they wake up with bruises all over them they can't explain, throwing up, short of breath, heart racing, and a personal infection. I get seen by the doctor all summer long by Altman Family Physicians. And nobody knew what was wrong with me. You put drug, beat, and raped, it fits. But because I wasn't leaving my house, except for with my ex-husband, and go see my grandkids or run to the grocery store, nobody knew what was wrong with me. They're that kind of mentally sick shit. I told you, up in Ravenna, there was another case. Some other guy was cyber stalking victims. He only knew one of them. The other 6, he got their pictures off of Facebook and Instagram. And then he photoshopped them in scenes, and then put them in videos, and then tried to extort money. Sound familiar? Huh? Sound familiar? Those people up in Ravenna are pieces of shit. They will hate you, and they don't even know you. They will help drug you, beat you, frame you, publicly humiliate you, because they hate you. Why do they hate you? You don't know them. Because they want your house and jewelry. Why did that guy in Ravenna do it to those victims? Because he wanted them to feel the pain and hurt that he felt. They're that kind of mentally ill people up there. And there's groups of these people doing stuff to people. They need to break the hell out of them. See, that agent that where Dave and where I had 4 attempts on my life. And then Dave Reagan, it was him, and then over here in that phone call of the church is involved because of Vega. And realizing the 4 attempts on my life was them and not me, I called the hotline of the FBI. Then I told you they drugged me up so I couldn't answer the phone. And then I had, by the 3rd day, I made myself get up. And I went out and mowed the lawn trying to get enough air in my face, trying to clear my head. Thought of Sarah where they're breaking the mob and them trying to kill me. And went out and bought her a card and put the agent's number that he had left it after I called the hotline. Went up to Apostolic Church, Paul Pamer got in Dave's face. Apostolic Church of Bremerton. My God, I had an FBI agent in my office. He's right there. How dare you bring the FBI up here with threats on her life? And I walk off. He eventually comes up to me, let's go, and threatens my life on the way home. And tries to hit me in the truck till I almost jumped out. And then, next morning I called that agent back. I tried to tell him that. He called me a flat-out liar. Why would I lie? It's a simple phone call to verify it. It was probably him. I tried to tell him what happened at Huntington Bank in Ravenna, Giant Eagle. He called me a liar when I tried to tell him that guy had threatened to knife me, and the Pizza Hut lady got paid to watch me, and the banker yelled at her, stay out of it, and they walked off together. He called me a liar. He could have pulled the tapes of Giant Eagle and Ravenna and Huntington Bank and talked to the male banker working that day. They yelled at her. I didn't know if there was a camera above the bench. You don't know if there's a camera above the bench when you heard his voice. He came up behind you. I'll put you in jail, and threatened to put me in jail if I didn't say I was lying. That's badgering. Department of Justice 1729. You have to take a victim or a witness or informant statement if you believe them or not and follow through. It's 5 to 20 years. What he did, he's probably in jail for. Made me beg for my life, list me informant for life, $5,000 a month, even when you tell, and then threaten me if I told. Okay? And it's for working this case. The next day, a heavyset white officer, older guy, showed up, and he said he just got back from asking Dave about the threats on my life. I thought, what about the agent that was at that church? That's where his arrogance, I did not believe he was real. So I Googled the office he said he was in Stark County in the task force, and I found him. And when Dave was threatening Dixie and the baby's life and had a list, and they answered the phone and they yell out, he's got a list, I'm working on it. Okay? And then I called him when I seen the guy and he took off through the side woods. And she yelled out, she's seen that guy. You tell this police up there to get a hold of this. We're busy. They were too arrogant and too busy to look into anything. And hell was breaking loose. I had already almost been shot in the head driving. I had stalkers showing up in Walmart 62 and they're getting chased off. Dave had beat me with internal injuries. Okay. And I had almost been shot in the head driving. And he was busy. Too arrogant to do his job. Like I said, I bet he's in jail. If he didn't want to protect me, he should have given me my money and moved me out and just took my statement. Or had the marshals take care of me. I'll tell you what, the marshals blew the hell out of this case like 3 years later, or 4 years later. My one friend I went out with on January 20th, 23, said I have a friend on the police department. They're using that case that agent opened with you. They knew about the Texas group involved. I went, oh, the Kingsmen, is that what they call themselves? There was a retired judge in Texas. They went down to question him and he killed himself. There's another judge in this big human trafficking scam. And they're going to use that case that agent opened to get these people. 3 weeks later, they did an 800 people sweep. This is a drug cartel. The Kingsmen, the Detroit boys, and there was a New York group, Michigan, Florida, California, and they all came here to help retired Judge Pete run this big scam. And because Will was too arrogant and too lazy to do his job, retired Judge Pete pretended he was Will and told people they couldn't help me. And it's been my ex-husband and my ex-husband and his girlfriend's father doing this to me with his drug dealers. That's it. And I was raped and tortured, human trafficked, beat on God's green earth. Why would you do this to a human being? You know, before I called FBI, now whose fault is this that Will didn't find out, or that FBI did not find out they had dirty cameras watching me? There's stalking charges there. Huh? Why didn't you find out I was being drugged up where they have the fake sodium pentothal reports and you're sleepwalking? That I was being beaten, raped under drugs, and human trafficked. That they were sex trafficking videos of me and Dave in bed. Why didn't he find that out? Because if he knew about Pete's dirty tapes, then he knew about the shower scene. Somebody came in today in one of the stores I was in and said they did find a tape of them saying a shower scene in the other room. Yeah, where that agent actually opened a real informant program, Had an officer talk to Dave. I have my own security team. They show up and tell everybody I'm an informant. That retired judge sold the login by Thanksgiving of 18 and made millions off of this. You know, people try to come in. Oh, they stole the money. They didn't steal no money. I never got it. You can't withhold money. You cannot misdirect it. It's embezzlement. Department of Justice S641. You actually have to be found guilty of something and then sued for it, and then you can get your money. And you have to go to court. They can't just take your money. See, that's another lie. They're just lying to these people, and they lap it up like dogs. Like they don't have a common sense, and that we don't have a judicial system. Police and agencies can only be in a home under threat of life with statements like Officer Reinhardt Louisville said. They would go to jail. Even the FBI would go to jail for being in your home. They could never look or listen. The Fourth Amendment in the Constitution, the right of the people to be safe and secure in their own person, in their places or home, their personal effects against any unreasonable search and seizure shall not be violated. Were they allowed in my home before, outside a protective light case with statements? No, it's a lie. So where Dave had him kick in my door and set up button cameras, photoshopping the shower scene, date rape, drugging me, and telling me say stuff, they thought they were funny pulling this big scam. If that agent knew any of this and he didn't arrest him, he is an accessory, and he did plan on stealing the witness protection program money, and then they need to go back through all his cases. And yeah, and he needs life in federal, and so do these people. Why haven't you arrested him? That's where I have a friend that was in the Stark County prosecutor's office not 2 years ago. He said, this is a fraud scheme where they kicked in your door. They probably did set up button cameras. They could never use it against you. They did it in a home. He said, and where you had bruises, you were throwing up and almost passing out, they probably were drugging you until you say something stupid. They can never look or listen. They did it in a home. It'd be illegal to. It's the Fourth Amendment. That's where the Portage County Sheriff said what these people were saying they did is illegal. So, and they couldn't look or listen. That's where the Hartville police, nobody had a right in their home before. Massillon police, nothing they have is admissible. I told you, they tried to frame Eric and Steve for doing this. They left their names several places, had police departments looking for them. Got Eric High, November 18, 22, Walmart 62, 2 to 6 p.m. by the hair salon, come in and scream a complete confession of everything was him and not me, and done for a stunt for everyone to turn on me. Dave confessed April 15, 16, 23 on a legally tapped phone from the protected custody case that he didn't know why that guy confessed. He had hired some guy named Pete on his own. He was the only one up there taping me unaware before and doing all those things to me. Pete has it set up. She can't get no money. Pete don't have anything admissible. They're just lying. And then he said, well, you seen that agent at that church asking threats on her life. And he even spoke to him. And he said he was the only agent from the agency looking into it on his own. November 6, 22, Trinity Gospel. Investigators were talking about the agent that called her back is actually the one that told on her to that church before she called him back. Oh, my Lord. See, this has come down to the point. I bet that agent is in jail. He's been in jail since 19, and Pete and the drug dealers have just run this biggest scam in the world. I was at Trinity Gospel on Sunday, and when those guys said, well, no one was to say a word to her because we all knew they were drugging her up before. You know, he had said that before, and then Sunday he said, you know, we found out nobody's actually seen Will in a long time. None of this is funny. Where a retired George Pete's been running around telling everybody he's that FBI agent. It's just my ex-husband's girlfriend's dad in the drug cartel running a scam. And people, they have punked everybody into helping. You know, up in Hartville, they were saying, you know, we can't believe we fell for this. I can't believe you fell for it either. Are you really this fucking stupid? That retired judge, like that one retired sheriff, those kids, Michelle has daddy issues. I said, what do you mean by that? That judge had to rape her to make her this evil to find any of this funny. That means he had to rape Alex too, his son, the white-haired guy with this hair parted on his side. They're what they call sociopaths. They are created by their environment of how evil they were treated. And now they think it's funny. Someone needs to do something about this. And where my friend was in the prosecutor's office, he's like, duh, the police better arrest Dave. If he confessed he had someone taping you unaware before, he goes to jail. And it is not admissible. Why isn't he in jail? People are afraid to arrest him? because it's a federal crime. And then him selling videos of me and him in bed, setting off this hate crime, admitting that they drugged me, they had me raped, they had me beaten. I was seen by Altman family physicians for bruising, headaches, dizzy, throwing up, heart racing, short of breath, and a personal infection. And nobody knew what was wrong with me. I was fine till I moved up to that house. Now, if you think that's funny doing that to somebody, and let alone them photoshopping a shower scene, that's where that other guy in Ravenna, he didn't even know the 6 of those people out of the 7. He got their pictures off of Facebook, Instagram, photoshopped them, and then put them in videos and then tried to extort money. Sound familiar? He just wanted them to feel the pain he felt. Sick shit, isn't it? They're all sick up there. The FBI still owes me that money. I got raped and tortured in protective custody. I got, there's a shooting night by Christmas 18. Dave's caught with the shooters. I'm almost shot in the head within the first 45 days. I faced 6 stalkers. Dave beats me with internal injuries. I'm human trafficked between May and June of 19. And then I'm raped and tortured between July and September of 19. And the drug dealers are running around with fake FBI badges, telling everybody they're FBI working the case. And where the hell did that agent go? If he's not in jail, you know, somebody else in that office should have picked up my case. And it's a shame when sheriffs and marshals out of this area had to pick up that case open to get the drug dealers that were human trafficking people out of this area. And they blew the hell out of this case. I'm going to head and upload this.